Welcome to I Want to Work There, where we are sharing perspectives on how colleges and universities can take their reputations to the next level with strategies to boost their employer brand. And we're going to look at talent attraction, talent experience, and talent retention. Our January topic is the impact of the right hire. And I'm really excited about this guest, Thom Chesney, president of Southwestern College in Santa Fe, New Mexico. How are you, sir? Thank you for joining me.
I am doing great. Beautiful day in sunny Santa Fe, where we love the sunrises almost as much as we love our gorgeous sunsets.
Cool. So, give us an example of how you have seen the right hire make a positive impact on an employer's reputation.
Sure, and I would love to. And thanks for inviting me to do so. I'm going to set this up a little bit with the process and getting to a place where we were hiring in a way where we have a transformative leader come in and join us. It was at one of my previous institutions where we were steeped in talking through and thinking about our mission and values. How we brought those forward for our students was very powerful. Classroom learning experiences, and then peer to peer, colleague to colleague, we look to do that as well. We talked about living observably our core values. When we did a kind of a self study and looking at how we advertise, hire, and recruit, that didn't come forward quite as clearly. So sometimes you get applicants, but clearly are going to be qualified for doing job duties, things like that. You want that, of course, but in the process of coming to this, were they responding, to the ad because of that, or because of who we are, our institutional identity, our brand, that values and mission piece? So we made a shift, collectively, inclusively, to put that up front. So in our advertising, wherever we were putting that out locally or nationally for a position, let's talk about that. Let's talk about what you can expect. And then also, even on that first level of application for any kind of job, tell us how you would represent and you would aspire to doing that, seeing our core values in action, for example. So that process in place, positions become open. We're trying that out. We checked in with each other again at every level, entry level, senior level, whatever the case may be. That was a common thread to that. In the process of doing that, we had a provost search. I was president of the institution, so I was keenly involved in that as a direct report. Had a search committee to help me with that as well. And strong candidates emerged who were conversant then in going in and doing that research and talking about how the mission and values resonated for them. And out of that emerged a fantastic hire who now I come to the nexus, the heart of your question. What did that look like and then feel like on campus in the community? Here's what that looked like. For example, one of our core values there was freedom, for example, freedom of expression, to be your best self, come forward and figure out who you are as a student, who you are as an employee at that university. And in this case, the provost, she did that on the one hand out of day one, immersing herself in the classroom experience, being in campus, going to events, authentically expressing and showing who she was and living that in our other core values, for example. Where that carried forward was, I mean, within a matter of months, the word was out. She was someone you wanted to be in conversation with. She was someone who was a connector to the university. She was someone, if the president wasn't there, the president shouldn't be everywhere, anywhere, right? You would go to and say, you've got the right person in the room. She starts getting those invitations to boards and meetings and convenings of different times in the community and with our alumni because of the fact that she authentically lived the mission and values in her work with us. It started in the way we hired, but being successful in that process then of seeing her come to us and being a provost that, just beautifully fitting with the culture and created a culture of others wanting to be around her and come into settings with her was a real difference maker. So that process continues on there. She continues to do outstanding work. It's actually at another institution now, but it started with that ability to have someone tell and share and then live observably the core values of our institution.
Oh, be still my employer branding hard. So, Tom, I mean, the first thing that I picked up, and I'm going to start from the end of your response, is paying attention to how you hire, and being intentional about that. And it sounds like what you were able to do with your team is you were able to build a lot of runway to that process. You really, really prepared for it. You didn't just jump out there and say, hey, we need to get somebody in here. I mean, the fact that number one, you were looking for someone who is transformative. The other thing is, and I love this, you mentioned core values twice. And I think that makes such a big difference when it comes to making sure you have the right people who can come in and really represent the institution. Because as we know, our core values, they guide the decisions we make, they guide how we behave on campus and that sort of thing. Challenging the candidate to be accountable to the mission and the core values. I love the fact that you did a self-study. You were really intentional about looking at your advertising. And then also, you brought in someone who seemed to really, really, pay attention to the reputation of the university and carry the reputation of the university. And even though it's someone who is at a pretty high level, I think that's just important for so many different hires on campus. So thank you so much. That all jumped out. That was a great, great story. And you can make sure that you follow, like, and share this video and the I Want to Work There playlist. And also, you can find out more about Thom Chesney in the show notes. Now, we're going to share more insights and we are going to make your campus the place where great people want to work.